What is going on, guys, and welcome your lovely face back to another video. And you can see by the title, boy oh boy, it's about to be one of those videos where you need to go and grab yourself some popcorn. Okay, now to give you guys kind of like a little update, I mean, some of you guys are probably familiar with EA and what they said last year, and some of you guys are probably not, because it wasn't really that much of a big deal considering it wasn't really like officially announced. But they did say that they're gonna make a game that is gonna be borderlining like the whole GTA series and Assassin's Creed series as far as an open world game goes, if you will. I mean, you could really say genre as a whole, and you know, there are loads of people going around, including myself, saying, hey, you know, they're basically saying they can make a GTA killer, because I mean, the way they were talking about it, it sounds absolutely incredible. So like I said, this all happened last year. They did say that, you know, they of course have never really considered it. So I mean, if you know EA games, you know they're right out like the top of the ladder, right, when it comes down to sports games and whatnot. So they always said, if we can make games like that, and of course like Sims, etc, why not just jump into the world of like the whole open world like kind of genre. I mean, what I'll do is I'll just read an exact quote of what one of the CEOs did say. So he did say last year, the largest genre in gaming is the action genre. That would be an Assassin's Creed style game / Grand Theft Auto. They are more open world, they are more exploratory, or you know, games that you can just explore a whole lot more. And they are big experiences. We have really played in that genre because we've been so deep in sports where we are dominant, and first person shooters, as well as in simulation games like The Sims, but there's no reason we can't do well in an action genre. We just haven't paid attention to it. Now, okay, to give you guys like a little, I guess, an awesome fact, okay, it's basically like in production in a studio in Montreal, and apparently, and there's a person called, well, who goes by the name of Jade Raymond, and she actually helped with Assassin's Creed at Ubisoft. Now, it does, I mean, the rumor is going around that she's going all the way to Canada, wherever, okay, and working in one of like the headquarters there and whatnot to actually help build this game. So we haven't heard anything until, well, since then really. So right now, I mean, it's kind of like got people thinking, well, hey, you know, what actually happened to that game they announced last year? I mean, they did say at the time that it's going to be a game that, you know, is not going to come out anytime soon. We're talking like 2019, but here's my opinion, okay? I want to talk about two things. First and foremost, the type of game they are going to be making, and second of all, their competition. So let me start with the competition, because I mean, that's quite a big thing, especially in the whole gaming industry. Now, crazy thing, I mean, if I was a gaming company and, you know, I wanted to do this, and I'm already a big gaming company, but I've never done an open world game, your competition, regardless of how big you are going to be, is going to be as relevant to, if you will, like pretty much a brand new company, I guess you could say. I mean, yeah, you might have the little advantage of just having people buy your game simply because they know you as EA and that it's the first game you've ever done, you know, but nowadays I just really couldn't see that being a big thing. And okay, the biggest game, I mean, open world game that we can say, I mean, everyone can say right now, and has really been, I mean, Rockstar Games, as far as developers go, they've been like, they are literally like the Drake, okay, of the freaking gaming era. Like, they have got it nailed down, okay? They are literally like the king of this whole open world game sort of thing. And GTA, of course, is obviously their biggest game, and I mean, that game came out in 2013. We are now in 2017, and that game is absolutely still killing records. Like, it's still coming #1 and like being the most, like, well, the best selling game of like a month, etc. So just as you might think, you know, well, the game's been out a long ass time and they're just doing DLC and whatever, right? You know, like, the game's surely gone down in sales, where actually it's doing pretty borderline. I mean, it's not doing bad at all. It's still making them a whole shit ton of money, okay? Now, like I said, as far as competition, I think this is something that EA should probably be a bit shooken up by. Not only just the fact of GTA, but they're of course got, well, I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 right around the corner. It's coming out next year pretty much, I think. So that being said, like, not only have they just got one game to go head to head with, because I mean, there's a whole load of awesome open world games out there, but as far as competition goes, it's only GTA. But now you've literally like just doubled up your competition, because not only have you got GTA, you've also got Red Dead Redemption 2. And the reason I wanted to mention that is because it is two different, I guess you could say, eras of open world games. I mean, of course, GTA is more modern, and then Red Dead Redemption is going to go to the Wild West, and then it really just depends as to, you know, where EA stand with their style of their open world game. And don't forget Assassin's Creed Origins as well, and the reason I do mention that is simply because they got that woman Jade Raymond, who did help with Assassin's Creed over at Ubisoft, who is basically helping on EA's new open world game. So I mean, I can only think from a very basic point of view right now, just from going from what I'm hearing and just general like common sense, you know, she's gonna have a whole lot of ideas, you know, and it's gonna be like a mixture of things, because as far as I'm aware, they are not, well, they haven't really got any other developers that have worked on like big open world games apart from that Jade woman. So I mean, I just don't really want them to kind of like compare their game to an Assassin's Creed game or a GTA game, because I feel instantly, first and foremost, that is probably the worst thing you can do. But at the same time, don't make something similar. I guess it's very, I mean, I wouldn't really say it's going to be super hard as far as an idea goes with the type of theme for an open world game, because you can easily take a look at old open world games that were pretty hot back in the day that just either discontinued or, you know, pretty much the companies just went bankrupt, whatever it may be. And two games that I would say, you know, you can genuinely take some very good points from that are old school games is definitely the True Crime series, because it wouldn't exactly be ripping off that series, but as far as getting ideas and stuff goes, that would be fantastic. And Saints Row 2, those are definitely the two games I would say to probably take a look at, because making an open world game is one thing, but making the gameplay something that you want people to go back to and something that you want people to be intrigued with and just grab their attention, you really got to look at all kind of fields. I mean, probably the way EA can completely turn this game to shit, like literally in the click of a finger, would be making it like a space game. That would be absolutely dreadful. And if anyone from the Ubisoft, why am I saying Ubisoft? If anyone, sorry, from the EA team, or of any kind of like EA sort of team, okay, is watching this video, if your game is anything to do with like sci-fi or just got like a spacey theme, you just might as well stop now, okay? Because it's not gonna be a hit, alright? And that's not me just being negative, that's just me saying how it is and taking a look at all the other games that have been fantastic at the beginning and gone to absolute shit when they do enter the space world. And two great games to look at, for instance, is the Saints Row series, absolutely fantastic, a whole bunch of fun. And the second game would be the Call of Duty series, even though they're kind of like two different genres. I mean, just going into a space game and they kind of like their popularity prior to that was absolutely incredible. Saints Row would have killed it if they stuck with like their whole Saints Row 2 theme. They would have been head to head with GTA 5. They went to space, they turned to shit. Hopefully Saints Row 5 is not going to be like that. And then of course you got Call of Duty. I mean, if you just take a look at that series, that was a very much loved series, and instantly when Infinite Warfare came out, Black Ops 2, etc., it just went downhill. And you guys can see when they come back with a game that's old school, that's not space, it does freaking cool. So my opinion to you, EA, would be, do not make this game a space game. Do not have any dumb sort of like rip-offs of other games as well, because there's a lot of games that are doing that nowadays. And I mean, you just really want to make your game, you know, unique as shit. So my opinion would be, and what I'm really hoping for them, well, what they're doing anyway, is just taking a look at all the kind of fields and probably brainstorming. And they're not going to make a game that's going to be set in like Assassin's Creed times. I'm hoping it's going to be a modern game, kind of like in the same era era like GTA 5 / Watch Dogs 2, Just Cause 3, etc, etc, but focus on the gameplay, okay? Because like I said, you don't want to make a rip-off of a game. A great game, what I would love to see was something, well, it would definitely be something like True Crime in New York City. And if you guys never played that game, if you've been on this channel for a while, you will know it's probably one of my all-time favorite games, actually. Simply because of the gameplay. You know, you play as a cop, and you can literally arrest people in the middle of the street, etc, etc. You have the option to be the good or bad cop, right? And that was unique. You know, it was a unique piece of gameplay, and I feel like this is what really needs to be there. But I want you guys to get in the comment section below and let me know what you think of this. Personally, what would you like to see from EA? Do you think they should go ahead and make a spacey game? Please do not. In fact, don't even bother commenting if you think that. Or do you think it should be a game like GTA, but going more on the gameplay kind of aspects with making it super unique? Get in the comment section below, and if you maybe think that EA should just genuinely not make an open world game as well, let me know in the comment section below. But guys, that is going to wrap up the video here. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, subscribe for more awesome content. But I will catch you guys in the next one. But till then, I hope you have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and until the next one, adios amigos.